and welcome to the first instalment of Nostalgia Bait Film Club. Today we're going to be doing a film review, a full-length, proper film review for the very first time. And I'm joined as always by my wonderful talking donkey that is Cooper Britton.
I knew that joke
well,
was
I
coming.
couldn't think of another one. I could have went
that's
for,
true.
I don't know, I could have went for Puss in Boots, but he's not in this film, is he?
No, he's not in this movie, sadly. Not today.
That's depressing.
Not today, donkey.
Not today. That'll do. So we've decided we want to sort of mention this at the end of last week's episode, but we want to basically go into like get some new ideas with the show and kind of come up with some new stuff. And I think this was one of them. Was like, let's do just some full-length film reviews, and we'll let you guys vote for it. And we put a lot of options out there. We put a lot of them on Twitter, and you guys voted.
Yeah.
Did
you vote?
I did vote.
What did you vote for?
I voted for the other one.
Did you?
Yeah. So it was between Shrek and Scooby-Doo, and we may go... And I think the vote was so split. I mean, literally, I think by the end of it, it was 50-50. The vote was 50-50. We did not have a concrete answer or a winner. We just had to go, right, okay, we're going to have to make an
I did vote for
decision.
Shrek originally, actually. I've just realised. I forgot that I did that.
Okay.
I voted for Phantom Menace and Shrek originally. So we are getting to watch a movie that I want to watch.
That's good. That's good.
Very good.
I think so. We made an executive decision, and I was like, look, can we just watch Shrek? Did I tell you why I wanted to watch Shrek?
As of recording, it is 50-50 right now.
Did I tell you why?
Votes
did I tell you why I wanted to watch Shrek? Because I was like, I mentioned to my girlfriend, I was like, so we're gonna do the film review. I'm gonna have to watch it this week, and then like before the weekend, so we can record. So they're gonna be Scooby-Doo or it's gonna be Shrek. And she was like, well, if it's Shrek, I'll watch it with you. And I said, you don't want to Scooby-Doo? She's like, no, not at all. And then it was 50-50. I was like, you know what? We're watching Shrek. Because then I can make it into a film night. That's good.
Yeah, I wanted to watch Shrek.
It's also just been ages since I've seen it. And same with the original Scooby-Doo. I would like to watch that again at some point.
I was trying to think last night of when I last watched the original Shrek. And it must be 8 or 9 years ago.
Really? For me, I think I watched it in first year uni. I think. But I can't really remember it that well.
Way.
So I might not have done. And if I have, before then, it probably was another 10 years at least.
I felt like I'd watched it recently because like the amount of shit I could quote from that movie was unhealthy, to be quite frank. Yeah.
I didn't realize how many quotable moments were in this film. That like I knew there was some bits, but I just forget some of those where I'm like, some of them weren't part of my dialogue, but were part of other people's. Like I remember people used to say like, "That'll do, donkey," and I'm like, I never fucking said that, and I never associated that with Shrek for some reason. And then I watch it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is in this film. That they say that. And then I was also disappointed because I was expecting a meme, and it's not even in this fucking Shrek film.
Which one?
What the sad donkey one where he's like, do you know where he's just like, he's like straight face. He's like, and it's in fucking Shrek 4.
It's in Shrek 4.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
See, I don't think I've seen Shrek 4. Me and my girlfriend were having this conversation. I know it might be Shrek 3 that I don't think I've seen. 1 and 2, 100% without doubt.
Shrek 3 and 4. Shrek 4, I think, is a good story, but
is Shrek 4 the one with Rumpelstiltskin?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Shrek 3. Or it's been...
Shrek 3 is not very memorable, to be honest with you.
Since I've seen it.
It's like Prince Charming's back again, and he's doing all sorts of shit or something, and it's like...
But that's besides the point.
The best thing about Shrek 3 is the frog choir at the beginning. That's the only bit that's, like, memorable.
I remember that bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But that, not today.
Not today, though. Sorry, yes.
Not today.
Shrek. Not Shrek 2, not Shrek 3, not Shrek 4. We could talk about the franchise in a bit, but we're talking about the original Shrek film, and...
Yeah.
Jumping straight into it, I mean, what a film. The one thing, my initial thought of it was, it still holds up.
It's so good.
The writing, the acting, the direction, the jokes are great.
The jokes are amazing. The soundtrack is phenomenal as well.
Yeah. Oh.
It's honestly probably one of my favourite parts. Not even about just the movie, about the franchise.
Yeah, I think Shrek 2 has a better soundtrack, but I think overall, I will say Shrek 2 is a better film, but Shrek 1 is the groundwork for that. Like, this is the sort of the initial test, if you will. And it's brilliant. It works so well. I don't know what it is about it. The music, definitely. I mean, you just forget, don't you, the opening, like the fairy tale book and all that sort of thing, and straight into All Star. Like
Some
I completely forgot that it's like straight in.
I forgot that it was straight away. I completely forgot it was straight away.
Yeah.
But even that, like that, I know all the words to that song.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was a meme from Shrek.
Yeah. 100%,
So
yeah.
it's a great song. It's an amazing
Yeah.
song.
They'll
It's the song from
definitely
Shrek.
use that in Shrek 5.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so. I'd love them to recreate the intro, but with the entire family.
They probably will, actually. Yeah, I
hope
honestly
so.
think they probably will. But yeah, I just was immediately hit with that. Like, okay, that's like a wave of nostalgia. The first thing I'm trying to look out for, because from a like a film perspective, something I'm just interested in. I've seen Shrek before years ago, and I'm still trying to remember it as like I'm watching it. But the one thing I'm really looking out for this time is like the quality of it, like the visuals, because I'm looking at like the new one, and there's obviously a lot of controversy around how that looks, and I'm like, I have to look back at this and go, could you make it like this? My answer is no. By the way, like I don't think you could. Like, this looks dated, but it looks dated in a gorgeous.
I think there was. Yeah. I know it's old. I know it's dated. It's obviously dated, and it's 2001. It's fucking yeah. It's like
I mean, it came out. I mean,
film.
Shrek is as old as me.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck off.
Damn. Not as old as me. No, but I think with it being the first movie, there was a few moments in it where there was a lot of like static animation. Like some stuff was moving and a lot of stuff was just completely dead still.
Just still.
Whereas I think with it being a first movie, I'm like, I'm fine with it. Like I've got no issues with it. Like I understand it's probably. I can't imagine that they were renewed for Shrek 2 before Shrek 1 came out. Like can't imagine they will have had the budget that they have in Shrek 2. Like I'm going to watch Shrek 2 at some point.
Yeah, Shrek
Don't get me
2.
wrong, it still looks incredible. Like the one where Fiona kicks the Robin Hood guys. And they do the bit where the camera flies around.
Scene. Oh,
I completely forgot about that until it happened. But you know, it's like there's so much stuff in it that I forgot about. But the moment it came on screen, I was like, I know.
The thing that was about Shrek, the thing that they get that's so like beyond what Disney and Pixar were doing at the time. And look, I love my Toy Stories, Incredibles. Like they are genuinely probably as good, if not better, in terms of like films. I think the best thing about Shrek and what DreamWorks laid the ground for so cleverly was to make it funny, not just for kids but for adults as well.
For adults
it
as well.
Doesn't have to be inappropriate. But there's so many moments in this where I'm like, that's a dick joke.
I was so like that.
Where he's compensating for something, but they keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
And like that gets even better. So I will say that like last night I watched Shrek, and then immediately after watching Shrek, me and my girlfriend were like, why don't we just watch Shrek 2 as well? We've got time. So
Shrek 2 is
it, and I'm
directly after, isn't it?
Pretty much
it starts directly afterwards. Yeah.
It expands on the story. Like I don't want to talk about Shrek too much today because I want it to be about Shrek 1, and we'll talk about Shrek 2 at some point. But I was really like impressed with like the jump up. But Shrek 2 excels on everything that Shrek 1 sets up, and I think Shrek 1 is the groundwork for that.
Yeah.
It's got so many great little moments of pop culture references. I love the character of Donkey. You just cannot go wrong. It's the writing of it though. Like Eddie Murphy's brilliant, but like the writing of it's so good. Like
perfect. I'd love to know if any of the movie was improv.
It must have been a little bit. I love the bit. My favorite bit made me like howl. I love like laughing out loud quite a lot during this.
Yeah,
because it still just gets me. And it's like,
what
was it? It's the bit towards the end when he's like. Shrek's hesitating to go into the thing, and Donkey's like, "Do you love her? Do you know? We're trying little tenderness." Always kills me. It's so good. It's
the other one that gets me for that is early on in the film where Donkey's outside and he's like, "I'm all alone." That bit I always remember. Always remember.
Donkey's one of the best things about the film.
He's one of the best. Yeah,
I love
he's one of the
well,
best.
like Mike Myers again, like unparalleled. It's very different watching Shrek now after watching Austin Powers, where the same voice is Fat Bastard in Austin Powers, and you're like, this is very confusing in my mind now. And also because I can just see Mike Myers now when I'm like hearing it, I can just picture him. But brilliant again, just absolutely just fantastic, like unparalleled in terms of like iconic voice performance. Same with Eddie Murphy. Like Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers in 2001 is a fucking steal from DreamWorks. How the fuck did they pull that off? Like that is crazy because that's two comedic legends. Especially nowadays, they don't do as much. But like then, that was right. I mean, Mike Myers in the 90s was top tier. Like almost like A-list, really. He was known for this like comedy scene. Eddie Murphy, I mean, Christ, exactly the same there. Coming to America, fucking Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. It's so like I just can't like I enjoyed it so much more. I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. If that makes sense. Like, I just don't even know. Like, where do you actually begin with the not funny? John Lithgow is Lord Farquaad.
Oh, again,
Lord Farquaad in like
oh
it's
my god,
just
it's so
perfect.
Funny, man. It's so fucking funny. Like, just all of the bits, all of the jokes, and that, all of the
one of the
joke. Also, again, just talking about like inappropriate. What the fuck is the bit with the fucking boner?
Oh, when he's in
bed, there's just in a whole scene which is like half a minute long, which cuts to Lord Farquaad in bed with a martini. In bed naked and goes like, magic, show me Princess Fiona. And then he just fucking, his bulge moves and he looks down and goes, oh, what the fuck? Like, how did they allow that to stay in is beyond me.
Again, another amazing scene with the Magic Mirror and Lord Farquaad is the dating show one when he shows the three princesses.
Oh my god,
at the start.
It's so good, so good.
But even like the but do you know what I love about it, and I think this comes from like a D&D like fantasy side of it, is it uses like childhood fairy tales so well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, every single time you see a different fairy tale,
and you know why, like
that, Blind Mice, all of them.
It's like because you can do it without, you don't have to have copyright permissions.
Exactly,
it's familiar, and it's so clever,
so perfect. Like, but they work so well. Like the different like takes on the different fairy tale characters is just so good. It's so perfectly done, and then you just got Shrek and Donkey, which just included. Like, it just amplifies it and just makes it like the shit with the gingerbread man at the start when he's on the table. The Do You Know the Muffin Man? It's so good.
Who lives down Drury Lane?
So yes, it's such
really
simple
good.
writing, but it's so
Clever
good.
Writing,
it is
it
clever.
shows that you put the time into the writing and you get a good product, right? Like, the writing is that really important, especially for animation. It's like you really like knock that down, and then the rest of it just flows. The jokes and the even just the dynamics of the story work really well. I love, like, I don't know, there's so many elements of this. The initial sort of opening with the fairy tale creatures being like banished to like Shrek's swamp. I forgot about that. I completely forgot them all.
Yeah.
They're fucking like lining up and like setting off all
What are you doing in my swamp?
I just realised as well you're dressed like Shrek today.
That's true. I'm wearing Shrek
Green.
colours. Yeah. Green.
And I'm wearing a sort of browny colour. It's more purple in real life, but in real life.
This is more like brown in real life. It looks really green on the camera.
That's great. We've accidentally coordinated a Shrek.
Cosplayed.
Colour scheme.
Accidentally cosplayed as Shrek and Donkey.
And yeah, and then obviously they go to Lord Farquaad, which I think is very
what was it called? Duloc. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I don't know what
that must be a joke.
But there's so many things whether you have when they
even It's a Small World After All. Like
so funny. That's amazing.
So like, that's when you take the photo.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
Also, sorry, I'll completely interrupt you. Going ahead, the fucking wrestling scene.
Oh yeah, well that's the next scene. Let's go for that. Yeah.
As a person who's just like got into WWE, I mean, watching wrestling loads recently. Yeah, I've been watching so much wrestling recently, bro. Seeing him do like suplexes and tombstones and fucking frog splashes, I was like, this shit's amazing. Do fucking clotheslines and everything. I was like, this is so good. I was like, because I was like, it's so accurate. It's so good.
It's got him wrestling, mate. But it's just brilliant. It's like it plays into that, and I think it plays into almost like that character's persona as well. It's like you could imagine him not actually knowing like wrestling moves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I love it.
Yeah. So then they get sent off on the quest to find the princess, reluctantly. I think, they kind of jump forward to that. There's a lot of hints about what happens to Fiona during the night and stuff. They go to the castle, and then you got the dragon stuff and the lava, and that, which is gorgeous, like visually absolutely stunning, like really, really cool. I love the conventions of it. Yeah,
the Duloc thing is supposed to be a comedic take on Disneyland.
Oh, it is actually supposed to be that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a theme because you go to the Lancelot, you go to the parking lot at the start.
Yeah.
It says what you are in Lancelot. That's what it says. It says on the sign.
Very funny.
Like,
yeah.
You are in Lancelot, which I clocked, and then you obviously go through the turnstiles, and then you go to like the It's a Small World After All, like little thing, which is Disney. It's a Small World After All is you go to when Disney. Yeah. And then the massive castle in the background, and it's supposed to be an imitation on like a Disneyland, which is genius.
So clever.
It's genius. Like,
this is our perfect town, our perfect city. It's so clean, like all this sort of thing. I love as well that this is before the invention of Facebook, and all the Farquaad signs look exactly like the Facebook logo, which is just makes it even funnier.
Yeah,
in hindsight,
so good. I love it. But yeah, so they get to the castle, they do all the
wrestling stuff,
the full wrestling scene when he beat all the knights and stuff.
Then we get on the adventure, go to the castle with the dragon and Fiona. I love all this. The bridge thing is funny. The bridge thing is funny anyway, but like, I love getting to. I don't know. One thing I really like in the writing here is that there's a subtlety of the dynamic between Shrek and Donkey changing. It's like he actually is open to being friends with Donkey. And I always thought like, he fucking hates Donkey. And like he does. But like there's a reason he keeps him around. Like he definitely does actually get on with Donkey. And I actually really like that. I like watching it now as an adult. I'm like, oh, he doesn't actually hate him. It's sort of very subtly changes throughout the script, and I like that.
Yeah. Also, it's one of my favourite lines from the show, which is the ogres are like onions. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, I loved it. It's one of my
There's
favourites.
so many iconic, like, bits.
The first, like, Act 1 and Act 2 has so many iconic lines and iconic moments. It's mental. Like, I think that's the most quotable. For me, that's the most quotable is Act 1 and Act 2.
I'm trying to think of ones that I would think of. Yeah, but probably, ogres are like onions.
Ogres are like onions. They have layers.
I like the sort of convention thing of Princess Fiona as well being like wanting this like ideal rescue as well. It's like it's Prince Charming. It's like a story she'd been promised as well and had read about. I love that. I love that it's an actual thing, and then she is just severely disappointed. I was really impressed with like the visuals of like the fight with the dragon and stuff.
Yeah,
though. I was so impressed with like how it looked at that point. There was bits of it where I was like, it obviously looks dated. You can just tell by the quality of like the textures and stuff. Like when you look at like the walls of Shrek's house, it's very basic and it looks kind of almost like low res like texture that's been pulled over it. But it still looks good for its time.
But then again, it's 2001. It's a first movie. Like it's
because like 1995, Toy Story came out. You remember how that looked?
Yeah.
Like that was like the dog in Toy Story looked appalling. Like, at the very least with this, it like looks good. The characters, like the donkey has fur on it. Like it does look really good. But yeah, it builds on that. It builds on what Pixar sort of started with, that 3D animation and stuff. And this is the second big company trying to do that. And I think they did an amazing job to separate it as well from Disney. I think these scenes, especially with the castle and stuff, it really show them flexing their muscles a little bit in terms of what they can do with like the dragon and all that sort of thing. Like, it's very impressive and it looks very, very good.
Like the dragon fight and everything looked amazing. All that kind of stuff. Even the lava pit and all the lava stuff looked really, really good.
Yeah, I think it goes to show as well. I think the thing that's interesting to me is like Shrek is almost like a relic of a lost time in terms of animation. It's like this is before animation was like common form for studios and kids and kids stuff, right? I grew up in this era, right? We both grew up in this era of like animated kids films when they were at their peak and at their best. Nowadays, animation, 3D animation, rendered animation is so readily available, I think, by studios, and so kind of easy to pull off that they're able to just shit out and crank out any old shit like the fucking Emoji Movie or fucking anything, right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They will just make shit, like absolute dog shit, and they will just pump it out. Back then, like, for Shrek to get made, they had to have something strong behind it. And I respect the fact that the people behind it actually put a good script together. Yeah. It's a good script with a good story. It's clever. It's classic fairy tale, but it's sort of a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's something that the adults would enjoy as much as the kids. Yeah, it's brilliant. And that is where its genius is at. And you lose things like that. Obviously, like Toy Story and what have you, is like Pixar's always been good. Like you can't knock it. Like it definitely
Disney Pixar's always been,
used to be better in my opinion, but like it's always been consistently good. Where it's like films like Shrek don't come around very often now. Like animated
No.
kids films tend to be more crap nowadays, like more just
But
kind
then
of
like
rushed
even
out
that
and
like
simple.
era of like animated feature films, like from Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, you are in like the gold mine, like from like mid-90s to early 2000s, because you have like your Toy Stories, your Toy Story 2, you have your Shrek. Like it's a lot of like.
I mean, what does DreamWorks even make now? Like that's what other thing I was thinking when the studio came up at the beginning. I was like, what the fuck are they doing now? Like what?
Trolls, is that?
Genuinely, what are they? Did they do Trolls? Let me have a look. Filmography. Right, hang on.
Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon. But then again, that's like during that.
They started with Ants. Prince of Egypt.
That's a good movie.
And they did Chicken. They did Chicken Run. But obviously that's
Chicken
a different. It's like Aardman. They did like that's fair enough. But like their actual 3D animations, Shrek is like their big first
but like
one. Really.
you look at this like era of animation for DreamWorks, right? Shrek, Spirit, which was one of my favorite animation movies as a kid. It's gorgeous.
But let's
such
go.
a
Spirit
movie.
is good. Let's go straight to like 3D. Shrek 2, Shark Tale, Madagascar, Over the Hedge,
Flushed Away.
Again, Aardman though.
The B movie.
Third B movie, Kung Fu fucking Panda, of course.
Madagascar 2 again.
Madagascar 2, Monsters vs Aliens, How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, fair.
Goated.
To be fair, Shrek Forever After, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda 2, Puss in Boots, Madagascar 3, Rise of the Guardians is what it is. The Croods, okay. Turbo. See, this is when they start to lose it for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
How to Train Your Dragon. Good.
Penguins of Madagascar.
Home.
I didn't want
Boss
Trolls.
Baby.
Oh, not the fucking Boss Baby, man. Trolls.
It's
Boss
like this.
Baby.
It's like you get to Shrek Forever After, How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, and then you're like Kung Fu Panda 2, yeah. And then you get to Rise of the Guardians, Cruise, and then this is like an in-between era, and then you get to the current ones, and you're like,
Boss Baby, yeah. That's when this stuff starts to get better. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was the big last one that I think did well for them.
Yeah.
Which was, and it was good as well, because that ended with them going back to Shrek, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they make a lot of shit. I think that's the problem, is they lost that a little bit, because again, it became so easy, but they are trying to go back with some stuff. The Wild Robot, I heard, was really good.
Yeah, but that was nominated for an Oscar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. How to Train Your Dragon is now getting like a live action film.
Yeah. I can't wait for that.
And then Shrek 5 is coming out next year.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited. I genuinely think that could be quite good.
What, Shrek 5?
Yeah. We'll talk about that towards the end.
Yeah.
Yes, Shrek 1. Yeah, so where were we at? So we got the... Yeah,
so volcano. You got the volcano, crashes through the roof while Donkey seduces the dragon, which again is one of the greatest... I think it's one of the greatest pieces of writing ever. Having Donkey seduce the dragon.
Not even that. It was the other way around. The dragon fancied Donkey, and Donkey was like, "I do not consent to this."
Yeah,
it was actually kind of fucked up in a way.
And
then
the escape, so good.
The escape is what I was talking about by visually flexing their muscles, and that's really, really brilliant. It looked amazing. That's clearly where a lot of the budget went, because you look at like a Duloc or whatever, and it's so just like flat land and like a castle, and it's very basic, like it's very basic colors, whereas this is like the budget, right? That's where the budget went to, was this cat. Oh my god, you're right. See about that, then they go back obviously on their little adventure, and then we get all these scenes with Fiona where we sort of not really sure what her crack is. I really like the way they tell that story, and like the way they drop hints at it. You never really understand quite what it is. But I think it's a really nice way... Fuck me. I think it's a really nice way of doing the whole thing between her and him. Fiona and Shrek.
It's really, really good.
Like, you're doing it in a way where it's like, she's an ogre, but she won't admit it. And then the whole thing with the misdirection, we'll get to that. I love the... Yeah, I think the best thing about this is they're both all of them. I think Donkey's probably the most basic character because he's a comedy relief, right?
Yeah.
But like Shrek and Fiona are both very well-rounded characters. Like, there's actually quite a lot of depth in them in terms of their insecurities and their anxieties and what they fear. And like Shrek fears having a family, like that's what he's scared of.
Yeah.
And he's afraid, like massively afraid of rejection. Mm-hmm. Which I think is crazy. And you think about it, like, there's actually some really good character beats in here.
Yeah. There's some amazing comedy beats as well from Donkey. Like after you get the whole Robin Hood thing, when she's like, "Will you go and find the blue with red thorns?" And he goes, "Why you send me off? I'm colorblind."
Oh, because he's walking through. He's like, "Blue with red thorns."
Walking past all of them.
Blue with red thorns, and then he says that a few times. We're going, "This would be so much easier if I wasn't colorblind." But that's so good.
But then again, he goes back. Again, it's like it's adult humor. He goes back with the flower, and she's pulling the arrow out of him, and he's like, "If you wanted some alone time, you could have just said that."
Yeah.
Like as a child, you wouldn't get that joke, but as an adult, you're like, it's all about that, isn't it?
It's so funny, and they. The one thing as well that I took away from this film, which I thought was really interesting, is that, especially now, and I don't like to talk about my job too explicitly, but like working in like children's media, like in terms of like YouTube and that industry and producing that sort of content, and I find it very interesting now when you look at like films like this from this era and what we grew up with. It's like there's less restriction on it, and then like YouTube and stuff is very picky on kids content. Has to be like educational, has to be friendly, family friendly. It can't have any allusion to anything mildly inappropriate. Whereas this is like, you're talking about they've got weapons, they've got bow and arrows, they've got fighting in it. Shrek is talking about like disemboweling someone and like drinking their like stomach acid and shit, and like popping their eyes out and putting it in a drink.
Yeah, that first scene, the first like piece of dialogue that you probably get from Shrek, when the guys come in and he tells them what he's gonna do to them if they don't run off. Like you'd never get that nowadays.
But that was a kids' film, and like you could do that, and that's why it's fucking great, and that's why like children nowadays are washed.
But yeah, like that whole that whole sequence of like the from them getting her from the tower to like that or like montage. I think it's that montage like after the Robin Hood stuff when he like blows up the frog and they blow the balloons and stuff like that, and you get like the cute like travel montage. Like I love that because it's so well written to see, because you can literally see it's like a light switch to see like, oh, there's something between us here. Like it's so well done.
It's clever. I love. So let's talk about the Robin Hood scene then, because that one is one that
I completely forgot that this scene existed.
It was great. I mean, immediately like him kidnapping and her and like saving her as such, I think was brilliant.
Even the song that they sing, I take from the rich.
All the music is brilliant. Like, because this happens in the second film as well. It's like there are actually obviously there's songs that you know. Yeah. There's songs that are written for the film, which I forget, and the songs that are written for the film are very well written.
One of the funniest like alterations they've made for Robin Hood is in the start of the song. He goes, "I steal from the rich and give to the needy. I take a little cut, but I'm not too greedy." What a fucking amazing little thing to change. And having like Friar Tuck on the accordion and everything, like it's so well done.
As well. Robin Hood song Shrek. Because the lyrics are very, very funny.
That was the one I clocked straight away. I was like, it's such a great thing to change about Robin Hood.
It was not fucking Vincent Cassell. That's crazy. Hang on. What the fuck? No way.
Oh, Vincent
Cassell played Robin Hood.
It is, yeah.
What, like an established actor to play such a minor character just because the guy's French. Anyway, my favourite bit. Oh, where is it now? I'm trying to remember it now. There was a bit. I like an honest fight and a saucy little maid. What he's basically saying is he likes to get paid, which is very good. I mean, that's so clever. That really made me laugh. So clever. And I mean, it's very inappropriate when you think about it. It is. So when really an ogre in the bush grabbed the lady by the tush, that's bad. That's bad. I absolutely love that bit, and my favourite bit of that, as you've kind of touched on, is the guy playing the accordion, I forgot that was diegetic halfway through.
Yeah.
And, like, him being the last one standing, he's chasing after Fiona, still playing the music.
It's when she kicks him through it,
but it's
and it just cuts.
Yeah, the music stops, but you forget that the music's diegetic. You think, oh, this is like a song, but like, you forget that the actual accordion that's being played is actually in the scene. Oh, that really made me laugh that bit. That was very impressive, man. No, I love that. So
Fry took a Little John. Is it Little John that plays the accordion?
I don't know. I don't know who it is. Who it was supposed to be, but it was fucking funny. It was very funny.
John.
God,
yeah, I think it's supposed to be Little John.
So funny. But yeah, so you get that. Then we get the sort of stuff with turning.
I can't believe I completely forgot about the Robin Hood scene. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a crazy little
the moment he swung in, I was like, oh my god, I know exactly what this is. Because even TikTok picked up the "Oh Merry Men" thing.
Yeah, that's very recent. That's like kind of a thing now at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought that was really good. I really like, again, the nuance of the characters in the bit where she's sort of kind of turning into like an ogre and Donkey sees her, and then the conversation through the door where it's like Shrek's hearing one thing, she's just meaning another, and then the next morning. Again, that takes very good writing. That's very clever to kind of build that into the characters and that sort of slight misdirection. It makes complete sense. I really like it. I just can't knock it. Like, in terms of the story, there's not even too much to talk about because realistically,
you can't knock it, but you can knock your mic.
Sorry?
You said you can't knock it, but you can knock your mic.
Just gonna try and rush past it. That's all right. Backhand that mic.
No.
I love this film, and I think a lot of it is groundwork. So I think the one thing I really like about it is that it's an hour 20.
Yeah, it's
an hour 20. Shrek 2, an hour 20. Shrek 3, an hour 20. Like, I love that these films don't. Hour
20, wow.
They don't overstay their welcome. They're very easy to watch. They're very easy to put on. I think because of that, it stays as iconic as it is. But I also think it's probably budget. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
They probably couldn't actually afford to do any longer. I think it's very funny how it's specifically with Shrek. Like, the three films are genuinely 82, 83, 84 minutes. They are identical length, which you never really get with films in a franchise. So it's very cool that they've sort of stuck to that, and whether it's a budget thing or not, it shows that you can.
It's pretty much your pose, isn't it? It's probably the budget will have gone up in between movies without a doubt, but I think it's also probably a staple of it worked the first time. It's a nice thing to have that you can put it on and be done in no time. Compared to a lot of compared to probably a lot of animation films at the time, it's kind of but then if it's for kids as well, you don't want to be fucking 3 hours long.
100%. I think it's. Yeah, I was so impressed. I think rewatching it, especially looking at the quality of it, and I think it does hold up. I think it really does hold up. I think there is an element of that where I'm like, you couldn't do it like this now. And I kind of, I think, the whole thing. So let's talk about Shrek 5, because I think that's very contentious at the minute, and everyone wants to talk about that. And we didn't mention it previously. We were going to, but we forgot. So the new teaser trailer for Shrek 5 has come out. And I'm actually kind of keen to see that again now, just because we've just watched Shrek 1 and 2. I'm kind of keen to watch that.
Oh my god, I searched Shrek on YouTube and Shrek's Love Shrek's Life came up first.
Oh, of course it did.
That's a throwback.
It's just watching this again. I don't think you think it's that bad. And I understand, I understand the worry. I think you can make adjustments. I think someone made a perfect adjustment, which was they moved Shrek's eyes along a little bit and made him look a bit less human. But I don't hate it. I think it really works.
I think you also have to think as well, the characters are older, so they're going to look old. I think Shrek visibly looks older.
But also you need to bear in mind as well, it's when Shrek Forever After came out, that was still using, and it was still doing quite well, but it was using the animation style of a film that came out about 10, 15 years before it. Now we're talking about the first Shrek came out 25 years after. Yes. 25. Shrek 5 will be coming out 25 years after the first Shrek. It'll be the 25th anniversary of the first film. You can't exactly do that same exact style. Now, I completely understand why people are a bit upset about it because they have an idea in their mind of like, oh my god, a new Shrek film, but like they have to do something new with it, otherwise it could just look like a fan animation. They're gonna do something even like better and newer with it, and I look forward to that. I think that's like, it's exciting. I don't know. I'm liking it. I like the new animation style. I don't think you could do it any other way. I think people reacting like this is a new sort of Sonic the Hedgehog situation, I think is a little bit over dramatic personally.
Yeah.
I do. I think because that was atrocious. That looked genuinely quite scary and not anywhere near as cartoonish as it should have been.
Yeah.
But this is not that. This looks fine.
Yeah,
this looks good.
I agree.
They can make slight adjustments, and I also think they will make slight adjustments. This is the other thing. So people are going like kicking off and going, "Oh, we must force them to change this, all that sort of thing." Something to bear in mind is this film is still a while off. It's coming out Christmas 2026, so it's it's just under 2 years away, right?
Yeah.
They've released this cast announcement this early, and I'll tell you why they did it, right? Because they do these sorts of things, and they release it. Do you think this teaser trailer will be in the film? This footage will be in the film? No. It's specifically designed...
Shrek scrolling TikTok? No, I don't believe so.
It's specifically designed to be a teaser trailer to get people...
And a test.
As a test, right. To get people to react to it and see what they think. And then they will look at that and go, right, well, let's adjust the character design slightly. And then we'll do that. And this and that and this. And I think that works fucking perfectly. I love that. I think that's exactly how it should look. I think they are stylizing it a little bit more. Definitely. Of course they're going to. But you need to think this is going to come out 2026. Christmas 2026. This is going to come out bordering 2027. It needs to hold up for the next 25 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how they need to think about it. Shrek 1 just about holds up. It is very dated now. Shrek 2 was definitely a step in the right direction. That definitely holds up a lot better. But, like, it still feels of its time, and it's great and it's excellent. It still holds up, but it is of its time. Shrek 5 could not take that same visual style. It had because it's been so many years since Shrek 4, they have to sort of turn it into something new. And the thing I love most about this is they're actually aging up the characters.
I agree. This is what I was saying. Like, the characters look visibly older, which you have to do. Like, you can't have them look exactly the same as they did in the 2001, 2000 whatever movies. Like, they have to visibly look old, especially if you're going to do the older versions of the kids as well. You have to visibly, like, Donkey, I think visibly looks older, which it works. It's perfect. Shrek, I think visibly looks older.
The thing is, I don't even think Donkey looks that much. He looks older, yes, but like all the details from that design are in the original. It's just like more, it's just more refined. Where it's like, you know, he's got like a little wispy beard. He had that. He had the spiky black hair. He had that. Like, I think Donkey looks fine. Like, actually, probably the closest to its original model. Shrek needs some tweaking, but like it's pretty good as is. I just hope they don't completely change it back to what used to be, because I think that it needs to be new, and like I'll not be as excited going into Shrek 5 if it looks identical to what it looked like before. I think it needs to sort of reinvent it because it's been so long since they want to bring Shrek back, right? If they're going to do Shrek 5, I think they should have just done Shrek, because they were going to reboot it originally. I think they should have stuck to that. But I get that they're trying to do a new thing. Oh, not my mic again. I've done it again. I keep doing it. It's going to wave my hands about like fucking Matt Smith. The aging up of the characters, I love. I love that Shrek's kids are like older.
Yeah.
So good. Because then you get... So the thing that annoyed me when I watched The Incredibles 2 is the kids are the fucking same age. It's the same. It's like based a year after the original, and there's a fucking 10-15 year gap in terms of the films. The characters sound older. Make them older. If they make an Incredibles 3, which they are, they're making an Incredibles 3. Oh my god, they better make the characters older, because I swear to god, if they're still like... if like Jack's still a baby in the third Incredibles film, which will come out like 25 years after the original, fuck off. Like, at least make him a teenager. Like, make the kids older. I just think there's something in that that's more interesting than what we got there. And I like that's what they're doing with Shrek 5, because the thing that people aren't bearing in mind as well is we're gonna get the donkey's kids fucking grown up as well.
Yeah, I saw this online.
Those ugly fucking things are gonna be like full size. This is going to be
scary. The thing is, though, are they going to be dragon sized? Are they going to be donkey sized?
In between, maybe.
Do you reckon?
I think it'd be funny if they're like...
they're either going to be donkey. Yeah. They're either going to be donkey size. They're either going to be donkeys with wings.
Yeah,
which are donkey size, or they're going to be donkeys the size of dragons with dragon-sized wings. Which I know which one I'd prefer.
It's like one of those daft questions. It's like, would you prefer 12 donkey-sized dragons or one dragon-sized donkey? The Shrek 5 thing, I think you couldn't make it how it was made in these original films. After watching them especially and really keeping an eye out for that, like, it does look dated. Shrek 5 needs to look new, right? I get that. I think
you're
there's
right.
some
Like,
tweaks
it
to
needs
the
to
design,
survive another
definitely.
25 years. Like,
yeah,
it needs to be.
Shrek 1 and 2 hold up now, 25 years on. Shrek 5 needs to hold up in, like, 2040.
You need to recreate the magic of Shrek 1 because it's been so long in between 4 and 5. You almost need to remake the magic of Shrek 1 for it to continue on.
100%. I think they do. I think that's exactly what you need. You need to sort of get a new generation of kids. Now, that is a hard thing to do, as Doctor Who will tell you, as Star Wars will tell you, as, you know, the franchises like this do struggle to pull in a new generation.
Got to survive for Shrek 6, 7, and 8, man.
Thing is, I think Shrek 5 will do well. I think if they change, if they tweak some stuff, but they market it right, I think if the first full trailer of the film, I think if that looks good, it'll be perfect. But this is just a cast announcement. This is just them announcing that the original cast are coming back. Mike Myers, amazing. Eddie Murphy, amazing. Cameron Diaz, amazing. Zendaya, interesting. I'd like that Zendaya's booked and busy. She's a very good actress, and it makes perfect sense for her to be playing that character. Did you hear the thing about Pinocchio as well? Pinocchio looks fine as well. Like, people are so overdramatic about these things. There's just improved lighting and, like, graphics, and it looks amazing. Like, it looks tangible, but also cartoonish in a good way as well. You see the whole thing about this theory which was going around about the daughter?
It's just that the daughter's trans. Is this what he's gonna say?
Because the daughter's so there was one daughter and two sons they had.
Yeah.
And the daughter did not have brown eyes.
I see. Yeah.
They didn't have brown eyes, so they're sort of questioning whether is that a continuity mistake or is it is the daughter trans?
It's the daughter trans.
I think it's probably
if it's a continuity error, better make it in the cast announcement than in the actual movie. Pardon me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they haven't. But that's what I'm saying. They haven't started it yet. They've probably built the character models.
Yeah.
They've got that ready. Yeah. That is it. They've literally not even got. They've not even got a set. Like, the camera is stationary. You've got like the background of Shrek's home, and that's literally it. You don't get much more than that. And the magic mirror, of course.
Yeah, magic looks really good.
I think it looks fine. I don't understand what people are seeing in this. Like, I get. It's like, but it's minor tweaks. Everyone's like, it needs to look exactly. And also, fuck all the people who are looking at this and making content and going like, I fixed Shrek 5 with AI. No, you fucking didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What you did was you fucking plagiarized content from 25 years ago or a fucking shit Gmod model and fucking made it move in a different way that looks just like the fucking like a face swap on fucking Snapchat, even more shit because of the fucking animation style. You're taking people's actual animators' work, you know, and I fixed it with AI. You haven't fixed it. If they released what you've made as a final product, they'd be fucking bankrupt. Cunts. Anyway,
Shrek 1's great, guys.
I always get carried away with this. Shrek 1 is brilliant. I really enjoyed rewatching it, and I really enjoyed watching Shrek 2 as well. Like, it's definitely one I want to revisit.
We've not even touched on, like, the finale of Shrek.
No, we haven't.
The wedding and everything.
We could talk about that. I think the go on.
Sorry, I want to talk about one of my. I didn't. This is something I've never noticed in the movie before. Is Lord Farquaad on the horse when he gets picked off the horse and he's got the leg extensions and the arm extensions?
Yeah.
I have never, ever, ever clocked that was a thing.
So good
in the movie.
So good.
It's so good. Like, the little things, so clever.
Very, very good. And I really appreciate all those sort of jokes now a lot as I'm older. And I love when films do that, especially kids films where they drop in a few jokes so that the parents can enjoy watching it with the kids, or 25-year-olds with a podcast can do it.
Yeah, of course.
The ending I think is brilliant. I think it's really fun. Perfect. I love spotting memes that I forget are in the film. Even just the bit where Lord Farquaad's like pointing and laughing at Shrek. I'm like, I forget that's been used for so many fucking memes. Yeah, I think the ending's brilliant. I love when fucking Fiona regenerates. That's hilarious.
Oh my god, I was literally gonna say this as well.
Yeah.
It's so. I was watching. I was like, "Oh my god!"
She's literally regenerating. I find it so funny that like she starts to do the whole thing, and then like the actual effect is like the rays of light.
Yeah.
And she puts her arms out, the head back, and then she changes. I'm like, that's regeneration. She's a Time Lord.
She's a Time confirmed. That would be a great crossover.
It was genuinely the same effect. It was great though.
Banger crossover.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I love it. I love that ending as well. I think it's
and
really
then the
great
whole finale in the
ending.
swamp with Donkey singing. It's just
I'm a believer.
clear.
Yeah, that was so good. I love that Shrek is sort of got that sort of classical thing of going. It's the same with Shrek 1 and 2, and probably with 3 and 4 as well. It's like they very much forget, I think, how to wrap up a film. So they just kind of get to the conclusion. Everyone's happy, and then suddenly a character pops into frame and goes, "Let's sing." That's because it happened in the second one as well.
Yeah,
but the first one, they're all.
What's the finale song in the second one?
Vida Loca, Living the Vida Loca.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna have to watch Shrek 2.
Yeah, you should watch it. Just watch it, just for a laugh. It's a good film.
Yeah, just for a laugh.
I love the finale there, and also again we talked about soundtracks last week. I think this is another example of a gorgeous soundtrack. The music, the actual opening music, and the
fairy tale music.
Yep, is absolutely fantastic, and works perfectly throughout as their like love theme as well. It's sort of it brings everything together, and it just again like. For a film with probably a limited budget and probably a lot of expectations riding on it for the time, for like one of their first big 3D animated films, the writing is spectacular. The little winks and nudges to camera for like adults are brilliant. The references, the pop culture references, which step up tremendously in the second one. I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point. Like the step up in references is just absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
but even in the first one, it's.
The other thing I remember from the first one is, if you ever have it on DVD and you get to like the main menu, pick me, that's what it is. Yeah, pick me.
I'm trying to go through like what references are in. See, most of them are in Shrek 2, like they're the main ones. Oh, that was it. The fucking Matrix reference. When Fiona like jumps and the camera does that whole like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, sorry.
That's a Matrix reference.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. What else have we got here? See, most of them are from like Shrek 2.
Yeah.
There's like I think I noticed like most of these yesterday, but like when I was watching Shrek 2, it is.
Oh my. Sorry, we've completely fucking missed that I'm making waffles. I use that all the time. I'm making waffles. We stay up late, sopping manly stories. And
the That'll Do waffles. Donkey is from fucking Babe. Because apparently the farmer says, "That'll do, pig."
Is it?
Yeah.
That's good.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, in the first one, fucking Gingy has like the one leg and the little candy cane, and he says "God blesses everyone," which is like Christmas Carol. That's good. The collapsing bridge is a reference to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I completely missed that one, but yeah, it is pretty bang on. Yeah, the bridge collapse. Yeah, very cool. There's some really great references in the second film, which like. Are amazing. I like spotted so many of them this time now, having watched more films. But yeah, absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think that's that for Shrek. Unless there's anything else you want to sort of mention, what a great film!
So
I don't know
good.
if we can we give it a rating? Do we
honestly
do that on Nostalgia Film Club? Do we do that?
I'd give it like.
Should we do it in Shrek terms? Should we do it as like? It has to be so.
I give it 8 onion layers out of 10 onion layers.
I give it
2 blind mice out of 3.
I give it 8 Lord Farquaad bulges out of 10.
I'll give it 3 Lord Farquaad foot out of 4.
I give it 8 merry men out of 10.
That's a good one.
So that's that. We're going to do Just News. I'm happy to jump into that. We'll just jump straight into our latest Just News story. Let's have a gander. CCTV shows shoplifters using pythons to distract cashier before stealing from a petrol station.
Where do you find these?
Sky News.
Sky News, baby.
The footage shows that a male suspect placed one of the pythons on the counter of the petrol station in Madison County, Tennessee, before dangling a second stake in front of the cashier. There's a video there, you can watch it on the article, which for those listeners and viewers, you can watch that, linked in the description below. I
don't think that's a very PG video to be recommended for viewers.
That's fine. Police are hunting for 4 suspects who used 2 pythons to distract a cashier before stealing £400 worth of CBD oil from a petrol station. CCTV shows the cashier speaking to 2 of the suspects, a man and a woman, after they approached the counter of the Citgo store in Madison County, Tennessee. The man is holding up a curled ball python as the woman strokes it. At one stage, the male suspect places the reptile on the counter as the woman appears to talk to someone off camera. The man then dangles a second ball python over the counter before the video cuts out. Ball pythons are non-venomous, constrict snakes that are native to Africa and can grow to a maximum length of around 1.8 meters. Very interesting.
Okay, this whole news story just sounds like a massive innuendo. Like, do you not think...
What, he's dangling his python over the fucking counter? Windmilling it, if you will.
Asking that to touch his ball python.
This CCTV footage has been shared online by 731 Crime Stoppers, a non-profit organisation in Tennessee which helps police locate wanted suspects. 4 suspects, 2 black men and 2 black women, stole $400 of CBD oil on the 4th of March. Holy shit! Happy birthday, me! Before leaving in a black 4-door saloon car. The non-profit organisation added that the vehicle's boot was tied with bungee cords and ended the appeal with #moron.
#moron. What a non-profit.
CBD oil is an active ingredient in cannabis and is derived from a hemp plant and is used to treat certain health conditions. It can be prescribed in the UK to treat epilepsy and multiple sclerosis, and it has also been touted as a possible treatment for anxiety and depression. Damn. Maybe they were just really anxious and just needed a lot of that oil. Really sad.
Bro, he's just anxious about his snakes, man.
He's anxious about the size of his python.
Of course. I would be too. He's 1.8.
He's trying to grow it to a maximum length of 1.8 meters. So I thought he'd dangle it in front of the cashier.
Honestly, it's a smart idea, but I also think some of this falls on the cashier because how stupid do you have to be?
I think if I was working in a shop and it was like relatively mundane, like petrol station, and people walked in and just didn't. I mean, it's not even implied that they said anything. It's just that they walked in and sort of just dangling their pythons in front of him, and then go on, go put your hand in that.
Touch my snake.
Yeah. I think it's sort of, I think fair enough. Because there's obviously 2 other people there. They must be the ones stealing stuff. Yeah. You would be distracted by the pythons, I think. Fair enough.
That is fair, yeah.
Mental. Absolutely mental. Jesus. Anyway, that's the end of our Just News story. Thank you very much for watching the first instalment of the Nostalgia Bit Film Club today, where we reviewed the film Shrek. Next time, who knows what we'll review, but there was another close one, and I feel like it's only fair, since the poll was 50-50, that we maybe, in the future, will cover the Scooby-Doo movie from the year 2000.
Is this the one on the island with Scrappy-Doo in it?
Spooky Island, with Rowan Atkinson and Scrappy-Doo.
Yes.
Oh, spoil the film! We don't know Scrappy-Doo's in it, you dick.
Sorry.
Spoilers for those who haven't seen Scooby-Doo.
I'd hope that people watching this have seen Scooby-Doo. Like, come on.
Another film with a fantastic soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
And inappropriate jokes in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when Shaggy and Scooby hotboxing the Mystery Machine. I can't wait for that. But yes, thank you very much for watching. It's been a bit of it's a bit like an experimental episode, I guess. But yes, if you enjoyed it, please do let us know. And if this does well, then we'll be very likely to do more in the future. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for watching. If you are watching and listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a follow and a hearty 5-star review. And if you're watching us on YouTube, obviously feel free to subscribe and comment below. Your favourite moment in the film, Shrek. If not, your favourite film in the Shrek franchise. We all know it's Shrek 2, but go for it.
It's always Shrek 2.
But yeah, give us your opinions and thoughts in the comments below, as always. I'd love to read that later. And yeah, we've got TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, we've got all sorts of social media, all linked below as well. So please do feel free to check those out. And until next week, I'm waffling this week. I've not done an outro at all, am I? Until next week, have a good week.
I've done such a good outro for the last episode, and you've just completely tanked it.
Well, fuck you. How about that?
YouTuber for 10 years, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. YouTuber for 10 years, sat doing a podcast with the shits. So, bit distracted, mate.
Yeah, that's fair. Right, goodbye. We'll leave you on that one.